Welcome to the Service Department News Podcast, where we discuss all the latest news and developments from across the service department, apart hotel and extended stay sectors. Okay, so today I'm talking to Tom Smyth, Managing Director of Dream Luxury Service Departments. Tom, many operators have kept a low profile this year for understandable reasons, but you have rebranded, you've invested in the company and opened new buildings. Has the way your portfolio has performed through the pandemic surprised you? And have you had to delay or shelve any of your plans?
Thank you for talking to me today. No, it hasn't surprised me. I believe mindset is a massive thing. And as a company, we decided that we need to keep moving, and we have continued to do that. I believe from some of the content that I've read over the last 12 months, the answer to any global pandemic or downturn in the market is to keep taking massive action. We have continued to take massive action the whole way through this, whether it's multiple sales calls, multiple emails, or some of our trade secrets on how we bring business in. We have stepped it up in a huge way. And when you do take those levels of action, you do get massive results back. So I have to say, I'm very proud of my sales team and everybody at Dream Apartments. The answer to the other part of the question, no, we haven't postponed anything. To be honest, we have kept the right mindset. Negativity hasn't been allowed to breed throughout the company, and our expansion, like I've said on LinkedIn, continues and it will continue the whole way through 2021.
Mm-hmm. You've recently added some apartments in Manchester. What are your target markets for future openings?
Our target markets, like they've always been, have been 70% corporate, 30% leisure. Obviously, with the current pandemic, situations have completely changed. We will definitely be dominating the corporate market in Manchester. There's no doubt about that. But our client base has changed. It's now nearly all corporate. And on that basis, we've definitely put more fuel on the fire. Corporates will continue to travel, and we're tapping into those corporate markets that are continuing to, whether it's construction or other industries. I also believe the staycation market, when everything lifts, is going to be fantastic for the leisure market.
Mm-hmm. And which cities are in your pipeline, Tom, for future openings?
Well, our expansion is going to be exponential in 2021. So we're opening in Birmingham, Glasgow, Dundee. We've also earmarked a large development in London, and we've got other stuff up our sleeve that we're not releasing yet. And also Berlin is on our hit list.
Are you seeing more interest in the service department model from investors and landlords as a result of the way the sector has outperformed hotels this year?
Yes, I genuinely believe that our industry is the way forward, with hotels unfortunately becoming the casualties. I predict heavy investment from various funds across the globe in the service department market. I believe service departments will dominate the accommodation sector moving forward in the foreseeable future.
And do you think the pandemic will result in a different relationship between operators and landlords, in the form of more hybrid leases or management agreements rather than a straightforward lease structure?
Yeah, I think it's so important, I believe, landlords and operators to have a great relationship. Landlords need to remember 5 minutes ago when operators were performing brilliantly, everybody has been paying their leases and their bills well. Well, a good company should be doing that. I think if you've had a great relationship like we have, there has to be flexibility from landlords. This has been a global pandemic, and we haven't seen anything like it from the Second World War. It's been devastating. We need to have flexibility in leases. We need to have certain things in place, like a COVID-19 or a virus policy of some sort. So if situations do go into lockdown, the rent or the lease or the money that's due from that property can be taken into consideration, that there has to be some sort of give and take. And on that basis, I do agree with you. Hybrid leases or management agreements need to have the flexibility to for an operator and a landlord to move forward together.
Yeah. And finally, Tom, what's your 5-year goal for the company? Where do you see Dream in 2025?
Dream Apartments are going to be expanding massively. Over the next 12 months, we're going to be opening another 600 apartments. By the 6th of the 12th, 2021, I'm very specific, we're going to be sitting with 1,000 apartments. We are going to be expanding massively across all our UK cities and further afield. Over the next 5 years, I would like to be sitting at 5,000 apartments, including our portfolio will be America, Asia, and a lot more hotspots in Europe.
Great stuff. Thank you, Tom, for speaking with us today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Service Department News podcast. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the latest industry news, head over to servicedepartmentnews.com and sign up to our twice-weekly newsletter. Service Department News is part of the International Hospitality Media portfolio,